Hey, BJ Peters here, and I'm excited to share with you one of the brand new stamp sets that's available for you during this year's celebration. It's called Petal Pushers, and it makes this really super cute card. And I want to teach you a technique along with this card of how to make this grass using our fringe scissors. It's actually pretty easy. I'm going to start off with a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I've got the real red backing right here. Set that there. And then what I have here is a piece of the Backgrounds Designer Series paper from the Brights collection, the old olive one. And then I have a scrap strip of the old olive cardstock. I'm going to use the fringe scissors, which makes multiple cuts at a time, and just come in and just start making that grass. Notice that I'm not going all the way down to the bottom because I want to have at least a bit of a strip that I can adhere to the cardstock. Actually cardstock, but the DSP. So now I'm going to come in with my DSP and I'm going to put a strip of snail adhesive right along there, and then I'm going to adhere my grass to that strip, just like that. And notice I've gone a little bit over the edge, and that's so that I can come in and just snip that off. It's a lot easier than trying to have it exact from the get-go. Right. So there's that. And if you look on this card, I've kind of got it so that, you know, it looks like a little bit mowed grass, you know. Not all grass is made even. So I'm just going to come in with a long bladed scissors here and just kind of trim that just a bit and get rid of all those little snips. There we go. So this is where it's going to sit in position on my white cardstock. I'm going to use the archival gray stamp here. And here's that little Petal Pusher two-person bike. And I'm going to bring in my pad here because this is a photopolymer stamp. And when you use these kind of stamps, to give it a little bit of cushion, you'll get a better stamped image if you're stamping on foam. So there we go. Now let's see how this is going to play out here. Do we need to do a little bit more trimming? Yep. Let's trim that grass down just a bit more. Here and maybe here. That out of the way. There we go. I kind of like that just a bit better. All right, let's get some adhesive on here. And let me position that so that it looks like we're in the grass. Looks like straight. And now I've got a little bit down here on the end that I'm actually just going to come in and just take right off. There we go. Get rid of that. Perfect. What do you think of my grass so far? All right. So now let's come in and color that bike. Whoops, we forgot a couple pieces. Let me come back here and grab the little basket. I'll show you the stamp set here in a minute because it's got multiple things that you can put in the basket or a flag for the back. There we go. Shows you that I'm not perfect and I forget things as a demonstrator too. So here's that Petal Pusher stamp set. So the basket, the hearts, some flowers, a couple birdies, a flag for the back, some wine and some bread. Kind of fun. All right, so let's color. The coloring on this is actually pretty easy and goes really fast. So this one would be a great one if you're even making some multiples of this card. And sometimes I do that so that I've got some cards on hand. Right now it happens to be Lent, and my challenge last year and this year to myself was that I would send 40 cards in the 40 days of Lent to people, not necessarily for birthdays, but just to bless them and let them know that I think of them and love them and appreciate some of the things that they do in our community. Kind of a fun challenge. Maybe you should try it too. There's the seats. This was Smoky Slate. And this is Tip Top Taupe. I'm just going to come in and color the basket here. There we go. And then if you've been following me at all, my new Clear Wink of Stella, love this stuff. You've seen me use it a lot. It just kind of adds a little bit of that shimmer, glimmer. I'm calling it glimmerific. It's my new word. I think Webster's ought to take notice of that. So there we go. Quick and easy coloring job. Next, I've got a red foil heart cut with our Sweetheart Punch. And then I have to create our greeting here. So I've just got a scrap strip of Whisper White, and I've chosen the Happy Together stamp from the Petal Pusher stamp set. Just line that up there across the bottom. There we go. And I'm just gonna snip that off. And I want it a little bit narrower. I thought that this was a little bit wide, so, but it was too hard to stamp on something narrower to start with, so I'm cheating and cutting it afterwards. Now I'm going to come in with just my paper snips and a short blade on the scissors and create those little pennant ends there. There we go. All right, let's put on this heart. Just like that. Oh, so cute. And then here, I'm going to just raise that up with just a piece of the edge of my dimensionals here. There we go. All right, so let's mount that on our Real Red cardstock here. There. And then I'm actually going to raise this up just to add a little bit more dimension. Dimensionals here in each of the corners. There we go. Perfect. And our card is in Marina Mist. There we go. Super, super cute. So check my blog, stampinbj.com, for all of the details and information about making this super cute card. Thanks for stopping by.